morning, dear students. This is your Sudha ma'am. Welcome to the lesson 8, that is air, winds and cyclones. In this lesson, we will study about air and its properties, wind formed by uneven heating on the earth, cyclones, formation, destruction caused by cyclones, do and don't of the cyclones. In this session, we are going to study about air and some of its properties. First of all, let us know what is air. Air is a mixture of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, helium, argon, neon, krypton, etc. And it contains water vapor and other substances like dust, pollen grains, bacteria, etc. And it has specific properties like it occupies space, it has mass, it exerts pressure, and it can be compressed, etc. etc. And the moving air is called wind. Sometimes wind is cold and pleasant. It can blow clouds and sometimes raises dust. Sometimes it is gentle, but sometimes it can be strong enough to blow away the things. We feel very comfortable to ride a bicycle in the direction of wind, but it is very hard and tiresome to ride a bicycle in the opposite direction of the wind. And here are some examples in our daily life that are influenced by wind, like playing badminton by using shuttlecock, clothes drying faster on a windy day, formation of clouds, generating electricity, pollination, etc. Do you know air occupies space? Yes. Let us do the following activity which proves that air occupies space. Take a bucket full of water and a transparent glass. Take a paper, crumble it into a ball and push it to the bottom of the glass. Invert this glass and immerse into the bucket of water. Keep the glass straight and press it so that the glass is completely under water. Take it out and observe. To our surprise, the paper ball in the glass do not get wet. This is due to presence of air in the glass. As air occupied the space in the glass, water cannot enter into the glass. If we tilt the glass while immersing into the bucket, air comes out in the form of bubbles as water occupies the space. Let's observe another experiment which proves that air occupies space. Fill a bucket with water. Take a bottle with a narrow mouth and immerse it in the bucket till it fills with water. Then we can observe some bubbles come out of the bottle. Actually, the bottle is not empty as it is filled with air. When water enters into the bottle, air comes out in the form of bubbles. From these two examples, we can understand that air occupies space. Moving on to the next property, that is air exerts pressure. Take a balloon and fill it with air. Keep blowing more and more air into it. The balloon expands and at one point it bursts. This is because of the pressure exerted on the walls of the balloon by air. Football filled with air, tubes of cycles, scooters, cars and other vehicles. Water raising through a hand pump are some of the examples of air pressure. Let's observe another example of air pressure. Take a syringe and draw out its plunger, that is piston, to the limit. Close the nozzle of the syringe with a finger and press the plunger. Here, the finger blocks the passage of the air and hence exerts pressure back on the plunger. When we reduce the pressure on the plunger, it usually comes back to its initial position. From these two examples, we can understand that air exerts pressure. Moving on to the next topic, that is air expands on heating. Take an empty injection bottle and one empty ballpoint refill. Remove the pin of the refill and insert one of its ends in the cork of the injection bottle as shown. Put a water drop on the upper end of the refill. Rub your hands together so that they become warm. Carefully pick up the bottle and hold it in both of your hands for some time so that the bottle also becomes warm. What happens to the water drop? The water drop gets inflated, that is blown up, when injection bottle is held in the rubbed hands. Now keep the bottle in a saucer of cold water and observe what happens to the water drop. The water drop contracts when the injection bottle is placed in a saucer of cold water. The air in injection bottle heats up and expands when we touch it with rubbed hands. Hence, it inflates the water drop on the tip of the refill. Similarly, the air in the injection bottle is cooled and comes back to the normal state when the injection bottle is placed in the cold water. This makes the water drop on the tip of the refill to contract, which proves that air expands on heating. Moving on to the another activity which proves that hot air is lighter than cold air. Take two paper bags or empty paper cups of the same size. Take a broomstick, hang the two bags in the inverted position on the two ends of the broomstick. Tie a piece of thread in the middle of the stick. Hold the stick by the thread like a weighing balance. Put a burning candle below one of the bags as shown. We will notice the balance of the bags get disturbed. This is because the paper cup on the side of the burning candle rises up, creating imbalance due to the heating of air. As warm air rises up, it pushes the paper cup so that the cup rises up. This proves that hot air is lighter than cold air. Let's summarize today's topics. Today we have studied about some properties of air like air occupies space, air exerts pressure, air expands on heating, and hot air is lighter than cold air. That's all for today. Meet you in the next session.